Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. And ladies and gentlemen, after a fun little bit of math, it seems to appear that Disney is indeed trying to hide its signature star for its live-action version of Snow White, Rachel Zegler herself. Now, of course, we've obviously documented the disastrous dumpster fire that has been all things Rachel Zegler when it comes to the Snow White marketing, and of course, all of the weird that kind of started everything, and of course, her absolute meltdown after the election certainly didn't help anything in any way, shape, or form. And obviously her tune has been changed by Disney out there. Somebody's indeed and talking to her about a lot of this kind of stuff out there, because she even had to apologize after the Trump situations as well. So boys and girls, would it surprise anybody else that this is absolutely intentional? I don't think so, because we've already heard the rumors about Rachel Zegler's younger version being cast and being part of a lot of the reshoots to once again reduce her screen time. Well, it looks like Disney is definitely going forward with that, because they have done the exact same thing to their most recent trailer. As you can see, and by how much is quite a lot. It's significant, boys and girls. It's wild how much they actually cut her out of the trailer. And something that I guess I subconsciously realized when we watched the trailer and kind of looked at it on our live show, which we do Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, the morning prep. Come join us for that. It's one of those things where I guess I didn't really even think about it at the time. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, looking back, there was a lot less of her in the trailer and a lot more of the queen and of the dwarves and of like everything else. So that's really kind of fascinating for them to actually break it down. But here you can see from the headline: Disney slashes screen time for Rachel Zegler in new Snow White trailer amid mounting backlash against the film's troubled star. And like I said, it's not just a little, it is a lot, boys and girls. So we're going to check out this article from thatparkplace.com, getting all of the juicy details and see exactly what is going on and by how much they have reduced her screen time, and if this will actually bode badly for her screen time in the movie as well. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 1,600. We're on our way to 1,700 over on YouTube, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Does it surprise you at all that Disney is trying to hide her in the marketing out there, considering all of the major backlash out there? Or are you one of the Disney pixie dusters out there who think maybe this is just a possibility of, I don't know, just something the trailer people decided to do? Or do you think this was actually a command on high from the Walt Disney Company? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. All right, from thatparkplace.com and our dear sweet Montanero. And there she is. Isn't she so much fairer than Gal Gadot? I mean, isn't that totally believable, boys and girls, that she's so much lovelier than Gal Gadot? Yeah, no. As Disney's live-action Snow White remake starring Rachel Zegler inches closer to its March 21st release, I can't wait for those box offices. A new analyst from That Park Place contributor Vash Sky reveals that the studio is significantly reducing lead actress Rachel Zegler's presence in promotional materials. A comparison of the December 3rd trailer and the February 14th trailer shows that Zegler's screen time was cut by nearly half. Half, boys and girls. She is 50% less in this trailer than she was in the last one. Little suspicious, don't you think? A move that appears to reflect Disney's response to the overwhelming negativity surrounding the film's troubled star. In December trailer, which runs 2 minutes and 24 seconds, Zegler was featured for 68 seconds, making up a 47.22% of the trailer's total runtime, which still, I mean, this is supposed to be your big star for the series out there, right? That's still not a lot even to have her in the trailer for that much as well. However, in the most recent February trailer, which is only 60 seconds long, Zegler's screen time plummeted to just 17 seconds, i.e. 28.33% of total runtime. She is barely in it a little over 25% of the trailer. And this is supposed to be your star. It's a Snow White movie, right? It's supposed to be all about Snow White and her interactions in the world out there, in this little wonderful little magical world out there. Yet she's barely in the quarter of the trailer. Wow. Absolute wow. This marks a 50% reduction in her on-screen presence, signaling that Disney may be attempting to downplay Zegler's role in its marketing campaign following months of controversy and backlash. The film has faced relentless criticism from the moment it was announced, with much of the negativity directed at Zegler herself. Her dismissive comments about the original 1937 animated classic, labeling it outdated and misogynistic, alienated many Disney fans. Zegler's political outbursts, including her inflammatory remarks about Donald Trump and his supporters, have only exasperated the backlash. And of course, this is from her little Instagram thing. Make Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. I'm sorry that the little bubble that you've lived in your entire life, Rachel Zegler, got shattered because guess what? It turns out the majority of people out there don't agree with your crazy woke agenda. And that's exactly what the world found out in an absolute resoundingly loud way back in November of 2024. And of course, just like it happened in 2016, all of the exact same predictable people had an absolute meltdown, and Rachel Zegler was one of those. And guess what? That is not going to help your box office sales. We always go back to the throwback from Michael Jordan, who was actually the sensible guy about all this kind of stuff, because guess what? Republicans buy shoes too. And Republicans also buy box office movie tickets. If anything, if you look at especially like Marvel movies and Disney and family-oriented stuff, I guarantee you if there was a way to break down ticket sales by politics out there, there's going to be far more conservatives out there buying movies to go see family-friendly movies from the Walt Disney Company than there is going to be liberals. Why? Because guess who has more kids and functioning families? It ain't the woke liberals, boys and girls, okay? It's those crazy little Christians that take their family to church every Sunday and have like 6 kids like my crazy butt. Like literally, those are the people that make these things happen. And when you alienate over half of the country, it is destined to end up causing a massive effect. And we've already seen that happen in real time, right? The box office predictions are already out there for the Snow White movie out there. And it's like, what, like 60 to 78 million or something like that? That's absolutely abysmal considering the budget on this movie is probably like 200 to 250, if not $300 million with all of the reshoots and stuff like that. And don't believe me, that's standard fare for a Disney movie at this point, especially a live action CGI one. All you got to do is go back and look at the historical records from England, from the United Kingdom out there, and all their tax rebates and all that kind of stuff. Trust me, this is not out of the realm of possibility for this movie to cost $300 million, especially with all the changes they had to make with all of the backlash to the instead of being Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, it was Snow White and the 7 homeless people from San Francisco. Like, it was bad. And they of course, instead of hiring dwarf actors, which actually would have made sense for your live action, now they're all CGI. It's literally ridiculous. It's been retarded from the very inception of all of this kind of stuff, and they have faced nothing but bad marketing after bad marketing for the show. I mean, every single one of their trailers has been ratioed into oblivion, boys and girls. It's not even close. It's practically 10 to 1 likes to dislikes on some of these trailers. It's abysmally bad. This movie has no chance whatsoever at making a profit. And now, of course, even Disney recognizes the main problem. Rachel Zegler and her activist attitude about absolutely everything else. Her woke talking points, her disrespecting the original source material out there that literally saved the Walt Disney Company, boys and girls, saved it from bankruptcy. Okay, Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, and she's gonna go out there and disrespect it. I mean, even pixie dusters out there are gonna have a huge issue with that kind of the people that just snort up anything Disney puts out, right? Those kind of folks, even they are gonna have a problem with that because we're all Disney fans, right? It doesn't matter if we're pixie dusters or not. We all have a love for the Walt Disney Company. We have a love for the things that they have produced, especially in the past. We can all agree that the original Snow White is an absolute masterpiece, and it's something that we all know and love. Rachel Zegler disrespected that right from the get-go. And that is why Disney is cutting her out of the marketing, boys and girls. It's completely and totally makes sense. There's no reason to have people continually reminded about weird, and about how the prince is a stalker. It's kind of weird, kind of weird. Nobody wants that. And then on top of the meltdown she had over there on Instagram, no, none of this whatsoever. So it does not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. The real question is, how much does this bode for the actual movie itself, right? Are all of the rumors going to be confirmed true in March when this movie comes out? And people, I guarantee you, Vash Sky is going to do the exact same math he did it for this trailer for the movie out there as well, and find out exactly how much screen time she actually has in the movie, and how, if it turns out to be true that we get the flashbacks with her younger self as well. I mean, how much are those going to take up the movie? And once again, further reducing Rachel Zegler's role in the movie. At the end of the day, it's too little, too late for the Walt Disney Company. This movie is guaranteed to be a flop no matter what they do to it. The only thing that they're doing right now is they know they are on a sinking ship, and they are doing the best they can to bail water out of it to hopefully save some kind of face when it comes to this movie. But hey, when you've got the face of Rachel Zegler as the front of your movie, needless to say, it's probably going to be way more than weird at the box office.